Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity. Glad everybody's staying warm. I am a program coordinator for the Boost Science program. However, I wanted to talk a little bit more. Some of you have presented with the Boost program, and if you haven't, there's always an open invitation to come talk to Durham Public Schools middle school students from sixth to eighth grade. We also do have peer mentors that are in high school and also college coaches. So we cover the gamut from middle school all the way to college. Um, and we're always looking for presenters and always grateful to introduce Durham Public Schools middle school students to all the science that is happening around them, especially in our communities, and especially when it comes to topics where they can be empowered to take a lead as young people, to speak up and share their thoughts even beyond their school to their broader communities and municipality as well. So anything that you think of in terms of engagement, in terms of hands-on activities, Boost is always open and welcomes your proposals. So feel free to send a proposal to boost@duke@gmail.com. That's BOOSTATDUKE at gmail.com. And we'll let you know what availability we have for presenters. I wanted to move to the topic, current topic. As you all know, our immigrant community, our families, our Durham Public Schools families have been going through a really hard time. And that has been really heart-wrenching work in the sense of holding space and understanding all the risks and all the credible fears that families have, especially when they take children to school. I know some of you have been involved in volunteering. We have been giving rides, and I say we more as a community organizer. So my title, I'm changing my hat now to Alexandra Violetis as a community organizer and activist. One of the things that families have talked about is this message that families are not welcome. It has been really hard for families to navigate the lack of solidarity in some spaces. But as a remedy to that, we have seen solidarity show up in many ways. And as folks who understand the environment and folks who understand nature and science and migration patterns and all that, I think are perfect allies. With that, I do want to announce that we are super excited about, uh, an ongoing relationship with the Tuscarora Nation, who has come out to just let our families know that no one is illegal on stolen land. That message is something that our families have received. Our families have been very open to welcoming messages from community members, but it is especially beautiful and powerful when First Nations, when the people who have been stewarding the land for a long time actually give that message to them directly. And so we have, over the years, been setting up circles. We've been setting up opportunities for bonding. And right now we have beautiful opportunities to support this effort from the Tuscarora Nation. It's a Tuscarora Historical and Preservation Society that it has been offering workshops on red wolves, making those connections so that children can think about, the wildlife around them and some of the plight and stories, related to them that go back in time. And so there's storytelling, there's history of North Carolina and how, people have been oppressed for a long time. I mean, we talk about Indian removal, we talk about that's what the Tuscarora Historical and Preservation Society definitely connects with sense of belonging, education on environmental stewardship, preservation of NC history, and also supporting conservation efforts and local wildlife efforts, while also giving that very important message that that there is solidarity. And so I will be announcing a little bit more about more events coming up with the Tuscarora Nation. I just also wanted to let you all know that if you are interested in supporting families with some of the food delivery, food boxes, ice verification, ice trainings, that's something else that Comunidad Durham is involved with Radar Safe. Radar Safe is a group of grassroots women who have been doing this for decades as well. And so there's opportunities to plug in many ways, but I just wanted to make sure that that you had heard a lot about some of these coalitions that are forming that are beautiful and empowering for families, especially during this time when the message is that the message is opposed to belonging. And so we have to be very intentional about giving the message that we do belong. We are a community and we will face what is happening together. But more than that, we will work actively to challenge narratives that continue to criminalize families and especially young people and especially children who are going to our schools fearing the separation of their families. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alexandra, very much for that and for the information. And I did see your email that you sent just before the meeting and as far as the presentation here, and I just need to get with the other folks in the coordinating um committee and we can look at the calendar, but yeah, please feel free to use the email list to send out information. Um and yeah, thank you for all your work. Um, okay, so Delphine, we get about 5 minutes from you. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope this applies to this meeting. I mean, I hope it's great. But the one thing that we're getting ready to do at Catawba Trail Farm is to plant approximately 35 fruit trees. These are we've discovered that there was an orchard on this property back in the 1800s, and we have a list of all the trees that were planted. And our goal is to replicate those indigenous, well, not indigenous, but those fruit trees that were planted in this orchard. They were primarily apples, and we found a place that have grafted all of the species that were planted, and we will be planting that. A date has not been confirmed, but I definitely will let everyone know because it has to follow the installation of a fence around the 2.2 acres of land that we cleared. I want you all to know because this is environmental stewardship, or this is that it took us a year and a half to decide to clear this land. We had 3 studies done on it by Duke students. We involved we involved the Friends of the Mountain to Sea Trail, so and counted every tree and have the dimensions of every tree, the whole 9 yards. So I do want you to know that we did do our due diligence before we did that. The other thing too is that we have discovered that the enslaved grave site on this property is actually about a 1 acre grave site, and it does include some of the indigenous people. So that we will be memorializing it, and we'll be doing another LiDAR. If anyone want to be interested or kids want to learn how LiDAR surveys work. I think that's very educational. We had kids out when we did it on the first section that we did. So, uh, and then finally, because we know that the youth are our next generation of environmentalists and farmers and all of that, we have started a youth advisory board. So we're recruiting 12 through 18-year-olds, meeting twice a month, either virtually or in person. And we do have stipends for these kids. We're teaching them everything from advocacy to engaging with your local politicians. So they'll be doing a whole lot of things. And some of them have never even been to some of our local universities, never been to governmental facilities, city council meetings, commissioner meetings. So if you have any 18 to 12 to 18-year-olds, please send them our way. And they will also do a project on site. But I think this is a great opportunity to create our next cohorts of advocates. Uh, so that's pretty much it. Yeah. Thank you.
Wow, always busy out there at Catawba Trail Farm. Okay, Dale.
Hello, and I just wanted to make people aware of a screening coming up this week that NC Warren and the People's Alliance Fund are hosting. It's called The True Cost of Power. Those of you who know NC Warren know that they've been dogging monopoly electric utilities here in the state for almost 40 years. And this is a short documentary film that was done about Carborough's efforts to hold Duke Energy accountable for all of its greenwashing and misadvertising over the years about the impacts of climate change. And they're trying to deflect attention from all the things they're doing to exacerbate climate change rather than to deal with it. So this will be held Thursday, 6 to 7:30. There will be some light refreshments served. It'll be at the Durham Friends Meeting House on Alexander Drive, near right next to the Ronald McDonald House near Duke University. I'll put in the chat the information and the way to register, because there is limited space, so we want to know who's coming. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dio. Bonita, want to go next?
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say that Miss Delphine is my shero and everything that she's doing. And so at Merrittmore, we're continuing our stewardship of food sovereignty. This year was a lot of support from volunteers from Cisco as well as Durham Academy. We've installed more than 20 fruit and nut trees. We've installed 10 blueberries, 5 raspberries, 2 blackberries, bushes, and building out our food forest. We still are moving forward with our initiative for food sovereignty as a charitable organization to provide free access to food for those who are underserved. And we've also partnered with Feed Durham to provide that food too, so that they can stock the community fridges, as well as those people within the Merrittmore community and Bragtown communities as well. Moving forward, we still have a little bit more planting to do. However, we're in the planning stages of creating a youth programming for 2026. We want to be able to do day camps, summer day camps this year, as well as an internship program for youth in learning agriculture and permaculture farming. To be able to follow that. Another thing that we're probably going to be launching in 2026, early 2026, is an advisory committee that could be anyone from within the community, any age range. And so we'll keep you posted on those things. We have a lot of other advocacy things that we're doing, as well as our climate change education series. We want to continue that. And particularly, we were focusing on educating our seniors because the youth usually are a little bit more engaged in social media than our seniors are. And so we were able to successfully pull together a conglomerate of other nonprofits within the environmental justice realm to put together a really great educational series. And so we want to be able to continue that as well in 2026 and moving forward. So we'll keep you all posted on everything that we're doing here and appreciate all of your support. Thank you.
Another wow. Got some busy people here. I have to say that if folks have not been out to either the Tom Trail Farm or the Merrickmore site, or have never been out or haven't been out recently, I would encourage you to go out and see what's going on. Really amazing. Okay, who else? Tom.
Okay, thank you. So I'm the chair of the Durham Environmental Affairs Board, and Astrid is a member of the board. And we're like a 14-member board, appointed, half of the members appointed by the city council, half by the county commissioners, to advise the city and county governments on environmental and climate matters. We are in the process right now reviewing the draft of a new unified development ordinance that will be a new version of that will be adopted this spring, and we're going through the environmental stages of that, which include things like tree planting, runoff, riparian buffers, and et cetera, et cetera. And I will send out an email with links to the recommendations we've made and to the document that that it refers to. Fair warning, it's over 100 pages of very detailed um, uh, technical, sometimes language about different ordinances in the city and county government. But I'd like to speak tonight. We at our last meeting had a presentation on the Energy Saver North Carolina program, which is a program that gives money to low and moderate income homeowners right now. It will expand to renters in May, but it gives money for things like energy audits, home weatherization, insulation, sealing, and energy efficient appliance replacement. And it like for the home retrofits, there's a household cap of $16,000, so it's significant. And for energy efficient appliance replacement, there's a cap of $14,000. And it is eligibility. It's just become eligible. Just this program has just become available in Durham this month. Eligibility is based on income and household size, but 100% of the cost is covered for people that have less than 80% of area median income. 50% of the cost is covered for people with 80 to 150% of area median income. And I can send out details on this program and also show you what the area median income is for Durham County for different size households. But it's a program that offers a significant amount of energy saving possibilities. It's unfortunately just for homeowners now, but it's still and something that could really help a lot of people save money, save energy, and yeah, and saving energy helps our climate certainly a good bit. So I will send out by email information on that program and a link to where people can go to sign up for it. But I thought this would be a good group to, if you could let people know about it from what I send out, pass that along. The more people that know about it, the more people can take advantage of it. And that would be helpful. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tom. That's very helpful. And yeah, that would be great if you could send it out and in the email list. So related to that, we actually had somebody from the self-help credit union reach out about doing a presentation on it. We weren't sure if, we wanted to have a presentation or just have information shared. We also kind of let them know that since we don't typically have presentations from, vendors or providers or, like a for-profit organization, that we wanted them to come with, I think they had mentioned the Clean Energy Funds of the Carolinas organization that they might be able to come with. So I'm still waiting to hear back from them, but my question is, do folks think it would be useful to have them come from those two organizations and do a regular presentation? Or do you feel like, you know, the information that Tom has shared and that he's going to share in the email is sufficient? Just wanted to get folks' sense of what would be helpful.
I have I raised my hand. I don't know if
Sure.
Maggie raised hers before me, so I'll let Maggie go.
No, go ahead, Dale. Mine's off topic from this, so go ahead.
Okay. A couple of things. I think it would be useful in self-help if self-help comes. They're of course not a profit organization. They're a nonprofit. I've been following this since these monies were awarded to North Carolina back about a year and a half ago under the IRA, and this is a really important program for getting, particularly people who are energy burdened, struggling to pay energy bills, to get them assistance, at least the ones that actually are homeowners. One question I had for you, Tom, is if there is there help for people or assistance for people to apply for these funds? How is that being handled by either the state or organizations that are promoting this?
Yes, there is help. I don't have the organization's name right in front of me, but I will add it to the information I send out, and I'll send that out shortly after this meeting.
Great, thanks.
But there's a very good organization that can help people through the application process, and that organization, someone from that organization made the presentation to the Environmental Affairs Board as well. And I'll share the presentation that she gave. So.
The only other thing that I would mention, I don't know if this is going to be in the materials, but there is a limited amount of funds. So the sooner people apply and get in line for this, the more likely they are to receive funding.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's energyfundsforall.org. That's it's Mish on the EAB that she did the presentation. So I'll put that link in the chat. They're they're filling this gap because the state is not doing the work to allocate the funds.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks.
Great, thanks for that clarification, Dale and Astrid. So we'll go ahead and hopefully the Sky Jonathan can come and talk to us and get more details and get the information out. Okay. So Karen.
Hey, Maggie's got her hand up. Maggie, do you want to go ahead and ask what you're going to ask?
No, I just wanted to ask, well, yeah, I just want to ask that we Planet Forward get on the list of making an announcement. Thanks.
First off, it's always humbling to hear how much everyone's doing, and it just really warms my heart. And however I can support, as I've said before, I'm trying to get more plugged in. I formed my own grant writing strategy business and have put together a 2026 funding pipeline package where basically I develop a master grant application, which is taking all the information that you have, putting it in one big document. And then from that document, you can use it to apply for different kinds of grants, as well as corporate sponsorships, donor appeals, website posts, social media. And I have 5 slots left, or 5 slots I set up. I've got 3 slots left on a special between now and December 15th. And I'll drop my link for a Calendly connection where we can set up a meeting, and I'm also happy to meet in person. And along those fronts, I would love to sit down and chat with y'all whenever, and I know you never have time, but just to hear a little bit more about what struggles you do have with funding and other things, where I can keep that in mind as I am trying to coordinate and help people. And that's all I have. And I wish everyone a happy holiday as well. Thank you.
Thanks. Maggie.
Great. Thank you. Just wanted to say that We Plant Forward is hiring. We're looking for a person to run our native tree seed collection and rain barrel workshops on a contract basis. And I am putting the job announcement in the chat. So if you could help spread the word, that would be great. Thank you.
And Tanya.
So yeah, I'm happy to share about Keep Durham Beautiful. So we build environmentally just and resilient outdoor spaces in collaboration with Durham communities. And I put a link to our newsletter, our past newsletters, and a place where you can sign up for our newsletter. If you're not on our newsletter list, I definitely encourage you to sign up. Dawn Keyser, our program director, is the author of most of it, and she does an amazing job of including events that all of you are having. So also let her know when you're having events, and she'll be glad to put those in there. It's really a great newsletter. It comes out twice a month. So we engage volunteers in environmental stewardship in Durham. And so we're just wrapping up our numbers. So I just thought I'd share some of our numbers for the year. Yeah, so we have had over 5,000 volunteers contribute over 11,000 hours. And let's see, we have picked up 53,000 pounds of litter. Our lifetime amount is 600,000 pounds at this point. It's pretty amazing. We planted 239 trees and gave away almost 600 trees. And so those are some of the key metrics of how we engage in the community. We also do a lot of outreach events and share campaigns that everyone is also sharing here. So let us know. Just send an email to our info if you have anything that you'd like for us to share. And we try to be a connector for everyone. So we have a couple of campaigns going on and upcoming events. So I'll just let Dawn and then Mason share a little bit of what they'd like to share.
Hey everyone. I wanted to kind of not open the floor, but we're open for Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service projects. We like to present like a list of opportunities for people every year, and those can either be just something that your organization is hosting and you want to recruit more folks, or you want to do something in collaboration with Keep Durham Beautiful. Often things like litter cleanups or other community beautification type activities. But if you have something going on, just send me an email and we can chat about it. I'll go ahead and put my email in the chat. And like Tanya said, anytime you have events that you're trying to recruit more folks for, if you send it to me, preferably at least, 2 weeks ahead of time. Usually the newsletter goes out around the 1st and the 15th. So like the start and the midpoint of the month. So if you want something, if you have something on December 15th, it would be helpful to have it for the first newsletter. So before December 1st, that sort of thing. We do have a holiday social coming up next Monday, December 15th. We're going to be hanging out at Honey Girl Meadery, also known as Mint Beverage, the new spot in American Tobacco Campus. If you want to just come hang out and meet Keep Durham Beautiful board members and volunteers, we'd love to see our community partners as well. Benita, is that for me or just to say something generally?
Generally, there was one thing that I forgot. So,
Okay. And I think that's all I really wanted to. And also we are another one of our big projects that has really blossomed this year is invasive plant removals. So we've been partnering with New Hope Bird Alliance and Durham Parks and Rec and Rewild Earth to host monthly 2-day invasive plant removal projects in rotating Durham parks. So this past month we were at Cornwallis Road Park. This coming month, next Friday and Saturday, I believe, we'll be at Lion Park removing invasive plants. If it's something that you've ever been interested in, you want to learn more about it, we would love for you guys to come out or share with your own networks if you have folks that are interested in that sort of thing. And it's also the kind of project that we're open to organizing. If you have a private space, like not publicly owned space that you want to look at trying to get some invasives removed from. And with that, I'll hand it over to Mason.
I guess the space bar doesn't work anymore as a shortcut. All right. Well, Miss Benito, did you want to say your thing first?
we'll just add really quickly that at the Samuel Green Senior Community Garden, we are looking to be a host site for beekeepers. We don't want to manage or run the beekeepers, but if someone is looking for a site that they want to have their bees, that we're looking to be a host site for that.
Cool. All right. Let's see. So yeah, I can give a quick update on the urban forestry front of things for Keep Durham Beautiful. So throughout the events that we've had this fall, but like these were in the space of about a month. We've given away 45 trees and planted 82 trees with volunteers across the city, and that's been really great. And at the same time, the city's urban forestry department is planting theirs. And at the same time, the contractor that they've hired through a grant fund is also planting, and they've planted about 400. And that's those are the trees specifically, or in the neighborhoods that Keep Durham Beautiful is helping with doing community outreach in and making sure that people know that these are coming. So far, we've had a pretty low number of like trees rejected by residents. I think it does like reflect a really good amount of prior engagement that is true, and hopefully continues to be so. And we have a tree giveaway with Merrick Moore in Bragtown this weekend on Sunday. So yeah, thanks for Miss Benita and Miss Vanessa to help us coordinate that. And if anyone lives in that neighborhood, or in those two neighborhoods, I'll put the link in the chat if you or anyone you know are interested in reserving a tree. And yeah, we have some more upcoming at Moorhead Hill. Plan to work with Durham County Sustainability Office on their energy burden side of things, because that also includes having trees near your home as a cost-saving measure, Durham Public Schools, and faith-based communities. Let's see. And I mean, if anyone is ever interested for like us to come present about this or with more resources, feel free to contact me. I'll drop my email in here too. Yeah, that's all I have.
Thanks. Oh, my video. Okay, thank you. Great. Just really positive morning for me to hear about all these great things happening. Gives me a little bit of hope. I'd like to, since we have, well, Alexandra, I wanted to invite you to, given the moment we're in, I would like to invite you to share contact information in the chat related to radar safety or other, there's other kinds of efforts that you're involved in, or for yourself, whatever is appropriate. And just to mention at the same time, in addition, there are a few other groups that are working really hard and that I'm in contact with. So people should feel free to contact me, email me directly if you're looking for ways to plug in terms of mutual aid. And I'm plugged into some Siembra efforts, but yeah, we need all hands on deck. Okay, Alexandra.
Yes, I wanted to thank as many of you who have been connected to efforts. The Durham grassroots movements have been here for decades, and we understand that there are coalitions that are statewide, but every single county has grassroots organizers who have been tending to families, and so many different groups. And so Radar Safe is a grassroots coalition of folks that are from groups in Raleigh and Durham specifically. Like, we're only covering Durham and Raleigh. And so, and you can I can share the Radar Safe page. There's no funding, there's no fundraisers for Radar Safe. It is all in kind. It is all everyone just volunteering to support. And the trainings are towards people who want to support ICE verifications, who, when families call me and say, hey, I think ICE is here, can you come? It is about accompanying families and being with them and making sure that they're safe. Um, there's also collaborations with groups that have developed their own materials. We do know the red cards are really helpful. The ACLU also has the blue cards. So definitely all those materials are very welcome. It's all hands on deck. All resources are welcome. However, there are local groups that have developed their own materials as well, that are localized to this particular area. And so we're really grateful also for support from El Pueblo, that has also developed a booklet, and our families with Foro de Padres, who represent all Durham public schools, families who have come to this group and continue to keep an eye on what's happening at the school level. If they see any sightings, they also communicate that in the different channels that we have. Some of these channels are not open to the public. We do use different messaging channels, but there is a Facebook group that is open. If you feel like you want to check into Foro de Padres, it's on Facebook. If you want to follow Radar Safe, it's on Facebook. So we do appreciate understanding that there are some public facing things and there are some non-public facing things, and that's for a reason. We're not going to disclose where we meet or how we do things, especially if families have asked for safety and asked for a little more behind the scenes kind of work. But we do meet on Zoom if we have to. We've done trainings on Zoom. We've done trainings in houses. So we've done trainings in businesses that have called us and asked us to do that. And so in whatever ways we can pitch in whatever efforts that you are connected to, all of that helps. But if you want to connect with Radar Safe, I can put the page on here, Comunidad de Durham, page that's been there for decades. I'll put that page on here as well. Any sharings, Keep Durham Beautiful has shared flyers with us before. So if there's anything you want us to share to the Comunidad de Durham page, just send it to me. I'll put my email. My email is actually Comunidad de Durham, which is Durham Community in Spanish, so it's not hard to miss. Feel free to send anything that you want me to share with the localized grassroots efforts here. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, we have a few more minutes if folks want to circle back to anything, questions about anything that's been shared or other things that people want to share, whatever. We've got about 10 minutes, so just jump in if you want to. People just want to get out of here so you can go play in this not snow.
I think all the links are really helpful. Thank you all for sharing those. and for posting resources on the listserv as well.
Okay, well, I hope everyone has a restful end of the year.